Welcome back, my friends. I am DC, your host of Barside Jive Live. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, and I'm so glad you guys chose to hang out with us here tonight for my Tuesday night show at the very cool Vocal Media Studios in North Dallas. You know, this show happens at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every freaking Tuesday, and this show features some of the very best, heavy on the very, and cover and tribute bands in the U.S. of A. Now, keep in mind that you can now download my shows on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn. If you right now are listening to this episode as a podcast, you can watch it by going to vocalnow.com, and that's vocal with a K. That's right, guys. Remember, you got to spell it with a K. And click on the Barside Jive image at the top of the app or at the top of your browser. Or you can go to my YouTube channel where I archive previous episodes at youtube.com/Barside Jive Live and watch them on demand just as much as your little heart desires. This show is also sponsored by the
Zoo
on Vocal.
That's right, guys. The world's best rock and can be streamed 24/7, 365, vocalnow.com. Zoo Freaks get classic rock, B cuts, deep cuts, B-sides, last tracks, stuff you never hear on the FM stations. Plus, the big thing here is you can avoid all those shitty back-to-back commercials. And here's the bottom line. The Zoo brings you more of the good shit, less of the bad. Guys, tonight I have Dallas-Fort Worth, actually Texas, premier tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood, in the studio. But first, we've got what? News. That's the name of this game. Okay, guys, on this day, 1954, Elvis Presley made his only commercial when he sang a jingle for Southern Made Donuts on the Louisiana Hayride radio program. And let me tell you something, guys. Southern Made Donuts are the best freaking donuts ever. They're out of Shreveport, Louisiana. I don't know if they still are there, but they used to have locations in Texas. I haven't seen one in forever, but Southern Made are the best.
Do we have donuts?
No. But Shipley's. But Shipley's are close.
Yeah, Shipley's are close.
Shipley's donuts are close, but they're not Southern Made. Southern Made were like the freak. I swear they pumped them full of cocaine. But anyway, but if you can find a Shipley's donut, bring it to me because those things are like freaking delicious. Now, guys, Elvis sang, and I quote, "You can get 'em piping hot after 4 p.m. You can get 'em piping hot. Southern Made Donuts hit the spot. You can get 'em piping hot after 4 p.m. That was the jingle that Elvis Presley sang for Southern Made Donuts.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for being here, Elvis.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
33-year-old Johnny Horton, who had a #1 hit with the Battle of New Orleans, died when his Cadillac was hit by a drunk truck driver in Milano, Texas on this day, 1960. Ironically, Johnny had just played his last show at the Skyline in Austin, where Hank Williams had played his last show there as well. Horton's widow, Billie Jean, was also Hank Williams' widow.
Dun.
Yeah, very ironic. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's kind of like the comparison Kennedy to JFK. You know, his secretary was named and died. You know.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, let's talk about The Who. The Who released a song called My Generation, which will become sort of an anthem for British teens, rising to #2 on the UK chart on this day back in 1965. In the U.S., however, despite performing the tune on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, the song will be mostly ignored and would get no higher than number 74 on the Billboard chart. Wow. Yeah.
It's a great song.
Totally. Yeah. My Generation was later named number 11 on Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Okay, got some Ozzy action because on this day in 1977, Ozzy Osbourne quits Black Sabbath, only to rejoin a few weeks later. He eventually leaves the band, though, to pursue a solo career. Also on this day, 1977 was the year the manager of a Virgin record store in Nottingham, England, is arrested and charged under the UK's Indecent Advertising Act for displaying a poster that read, "Never mind the bollocks, here's the Sex Pistols." At his trial 2 weeks later, defense lawyers called Professor James Kingley, who testified that the word bollocks had several different meanings, both slang and proper. After a 20-minute deliberation, the court returned a verdict of not guilty. And that, my friends, is rock and roll. If you'd like more of my daily dose of rock music history, simply check my Facebook page at facebook.com/Barside Jive Live every day, because I'll be back with more history on the classic rock legends. If you'd like to check out my daily dose archives, just go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live, and look in the daily dose playlist for more rock music history from me. Now, it's Bree's turn.
What you say?
I should be bold to keep falling free for this
And here she is, the dynamic Bree Akers.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Bree.
Hey.
Hey, Bree.
Hey.
What's happening?
Oh, just drinking and thinking and all that good stuff.
Gonna bring us some tips and beverages from behind the bar.
That's right. That's right.
Awesome. We can't wait.
Well, tonight I have for you. This is just a Deep Ellum Brewing their Dallas Blonde.
I love Dallas Blonde.
I'm sure you do. Of all sorts.
I love a good Dallas Blonde.
This, I believe it. But I brought...
Actually, my favorite's a Dallas Brunette, but she couldn't be here. So I'm going to settle for a beverage, a Dallas Blonde.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that
in
beer...
a paper straw.
One of these days, maybe Santa will be nice and...
Bring us plastic freaking straws?
Yeah.
No way.
Maybe.
Could that happen?
Maybe.
I'm telling you, if it happens, you get a gold star.
Just put it on your Christmas list and send it to the North Pole.
See what happens.
Write a letter to Sandy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, did you have a segment?
No, not these days. I just show up and hope that I get a little bit of camera time, but it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let you have it, Bree.
I mean, I can just close it out right now.
No, we want you to do the full length.
Okay, guys. Well.
Here we go.
Yes, here we go. Let's see. Let's keep count of how many times DC can cut it off. We are officially in November, which is really exciting. So
Yeah, start of the holiday season.
Start of the holiday
Yes.
season.
Right.
Exactly. So because of the holidays, what I love most is that's when you usually hear all the feel-good stories.
Very.
Drinking.
Yes. So I've got a feel-good drinking story for you guys this week.
Very cool.
Yes.
I always feel good when I'm drinking.
Hey, are we dressing up for Christmas? Are we like...
I can.
We should.
I have many Christmas costumes.
Do you? Are we going to do a Christmas thing?
Yeah. Well,
should.
I will. I don't know about you. If you
Oh, yeah, I just
you don't get the
forgot.
memo.
I forgot last time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I think that's like the 4th, 5th time I got cut off. It's okay,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, feel good story.
It's your segment. You do what you want.
I know. Right. Well, this booze news comes all the way from up north in Fargo, North Dakota. So Fargo Brewing Company has actually partnered with a local animal shelter to help get animals adopted by putting their pictures of available pups right on the label of their beer.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yes.
That's cool.
It's kind
So
of like milk.
exactly. So what happened was a guy that works at the brewery, he's a good dude, also volunteers at a shelter and stuff, and he realized that there was a lot of pups in there with, you know, certain breeds that have lasted a while in there, like pitties and stuff like that. So he's like, what should we do? And he went back to work And they're like, let's take pictures of them and just put them right on the beer, and hopefully they get adopted.
That's awesome.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. So now they're partnering, and all the proceeds from these specific puppy labeled beers go back to the shelter to help with the other dogs and everything.
Very cool.
Yes. So
Puppy stout.
yeah. I love it. It's really bad if I'm drinking and looking at like rescue animals. So it would
I
work
want
on
this
me.
one.
Yeah, I'll take all of them, and then there'll be a big old fight at home. So, but yes, that is actually my only story for you guys this week. But I do have some exciting news.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
We're ready.
All right, are you sure?
I love exciting news.
Okay. Well, with the holidays being here and people are going to be entertaining, you got family coming in.
Oh, wait a minute. Ooh.
I know, right? Whether you enjoy your family or not, you could either give this to them or save it for yourself. I have partnered again with Wink, the wine delivery service.
Very cool.
So what you guys can do is if you go use my code, which if you go to my Instagram, the link is in bio, click that, it'll say Wink. What it does is for only $39, you get 4 bottles of wine shipped straight to your house with free shipping. You don't have to commit to a long-term thing, but it's really cool. They have reds, whites. They even have ciders now and sparkling. You can take a little quiz if you're not really a wine person, and they'll suggest stuff for you, or you can go and look at reviews or tasting profiles. So what I'm doing is I just got my new box that they sent me of some cider and stuff, but I'm actually going to take one of the wines and make a sangria for the show for you guys.
Nice.
Yes, so lots of stuff you can do with it, but if you guys are interested in that, just go to my Instagram at It's the Tipsy Gypsy and click the link in my bio to get that promo stuff.
Can't wait.
Yes. And then I've got 2 events for y'all to check out this week.
2.
'Cause
Two.
Two.
Awesome.
2.
I love events.
Events
All
are
right.
great.
Yeah.
Saturday, starting at noon at Deep Ellum Brewing, hence why we're drinking the Dallas Blonde, is it's actually their 8-year anniversary.
Oh, is it?
Wow.
Yes. So
Happy anniversary.
Yes, happy
Would
anniversary,
you sing
guys.
to them?
I don't have a singing voice, but
Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to Deep Ellum Brewing.
yes.
Located in Deep Ellum. Happy anniversary to you.
There you go, guys. But yes, on Saturday they will have special tap room releases, classic favorites like your Dallas Blonde. They're going to have live music in their beer garden, and then at night they're actually going to be having a silent disco. So you can check that out.
What is a silent disco?
You've never been to a silent disco?
Never been to
I
a
hadn't
disco.
either.
Like imagine going to a club, but everyone has headphones on. So like when you walk in, it's actually like silent unless you have the headphones on, and you can only hear the music over
That's
the
the
headphones.
way I
And
like
I hate
disco
headphones.
music.
Yeah, but they're like all glowy and stuff,
Yeah.
so it's just,
So people are just dancing around.
and you can't hear anything unless you have the headphones on.
Oh, but that's
Yeah.
That'd be funny to watch.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
it's all DC's all about it. You
Oh,
can-
I'm
you can find
excited.
them there.
Yeah, I'm totally excited.
Put on
I
your
can't
platform
wait.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all down
Bell
for
bottom
that.
polyester suit.
Yeah,
I'll see
totally.
you there, DC.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, boner. I'm sure you're going boner.
Yes, and since we are talking about rescue dogs and all the feel good stuff, also Saturday from 2 to 4 at Cold Beer Company in Dallas, they're having their Bulldog Bonanza with beer. So they've partnered with Lone Star Bulldog Club and Rescue, and they're going to be there with a whole bunch of adoptable bulldogs.
That's
And-
easy to say.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, it's the beer. So you can check out Bulldogs for adoption, or if you're interested in bulldogs, they have people there on hand to tell you about the breed and all that good stuff. And who doesn't love beer and puppies? So,
Absolutely.
Beer and puppies.
Two of the best things.
yeah.
Like-
So again, I'll probably have a whole bunch more dogs next week to talk about on the show, because I'll probably end up adopting a whole bunch.
Bring one.
Yeah, we'll just bring them, just line them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, guys, be sure to follow me on Instagram at It's the Tipsy Gypsy, and you can talk to me directly without DC interrupting us all the time. So there's that.
I don't know. I may find a way to sneak
That's
into
true.
your account.
That's
Hack
true.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun, Bree.
Thanks.
was
Thank you
fun.
so much.
You're welcome.
Outstanding job.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
See you Thursday.
Okay. Maybe Friday.
Yeah, maybe Friday.
Yeah, you have an
I'll-
event Friday.
That's what
Yeah.
you say. Whatever. Here we go. Guys, welcome to Art Jive Live, featuring tonight legendary artist Brad Jensen. Hey, Brad.
Hey, DC.
What's going on, man?
Not much. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey. There you are.
Hey.
Hey, there's
What
DC.
was all that about?
Plane flew by.
Oh, look, bottom left-hand corner.
Bottom left-hand
Jay's
corner.
missing.
Is he asleep?
Jay, you
Did he
let
fall
us
asleep
down
on the
totally, bro. He's probably asleep.
Someone should probably go check on Jay.
Yeah. He may have to go pee or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
He might have been.
He may have to go brush some ice.
He's in the
Yeah.
pork
He had
rinds.
to go wash some ice.
Yeah, get a new vegetable brush.
Yeah.
We talking about today.
So what's going on in the world of classic album art there,
Classic
Brad?
album art. This week we're discussing Molly Hatchet.
Molly Hatchet.
Molly Hatchet. And
I love
Want me
some
to hold
Molly
it up for
Hatchet.
you?
yeah, you want to? There, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, here, guys.
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah. So, anyways.
Hold that for 5 minutes.
Yeah, hold that.
Well, I'll hold it because you can't Photoshop yourself into this one.
Oh,
True.
oh yes, like last time. But no,
could.
Molly Hatchet is a southern rock band, and this album here was I always forget the title of it. Beating the Odds, yeah. And but the artist, his name is Frank Frazetta, and when he was younger, this little fun fact, because we know we always love fun facts. He had two Z's in his name, and I think he was like 16 years old. He thought, well, that's confusing. So he removed one of the Z's because there's two T's and two Z's, so he just took one of the Z's out to make it cooler, I guess.
Oh.
But yeah. And this album here, I love that you're holding that. On the cover is Conan the Conqueror.
She's like Vanna.
She is. Conan the Conqueror. And this painting was created in 1967, even though it was used on the album that was released in 1980. And remember, it's elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist.
Yeah.
And so in the style that Frank painted is, they call this fantasy art or sci-fi art. And when he was very young, his grandmother encouraged him to continue to draw and paint. So what he would do is he would paint on just about anything and draw. Well, she'd give him a penny. Each one of his drawings, she'd give him a penny, and to pay him for it. And so then he would save up some money, his pennies, and he'd buy some more art supplies or whatever. And but he also at age 8 he attended the Brooklyn Academy of Fine Arts. Age 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's young.
That's young. And then throughout the 60s, his work became increasingly sought after by various horror magazines.
Oh, I bet.
Like Warren Publishing's Eerie and Creepy and Vampira,
Yeah. I
Comics.
love creepy.
and other publishers of sci-fi fantasy novels. But yeah, like I said, this was Conan, the Conqueror. Then, and there's been some other bands that also have painted, that also use some of his artwork as well. But he wanted to, when he got into the art, fantasy art, he really wanted to express the extremes, because anybody could paint, a woman or a dude, but his idea,
Well, not everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Not
Because
everybody.
Boner, you ought to see Boner try to paint.
It doesn't work.
He ain't very good.
But and he doesn't shave very good either.
Yeah, only thing he knows how to do is pick up chicks. Sorry to tell you. Anyway,
he's
sorry,
good
Brad.
at that. But no, so what he would do is he wanted to go to the extreme, and extreme in muscles, and extreme, with the women, their figures and stuff were on the extreme. The horses and things. He always did everything on the extreme. And because everybody wanted to see something, you know, a little bit different. And some of the groups that used his artwork were like legends like Dust, early 70s, Dust and Nazareth were the first to use his artwork on their albums. But people were still unfamiliar with him because I guess they weren't that.
So he did Nazareth?
He did Nazareth, or they chose his artwork. Because a lot of his art was painted, you know, 5-10 years before the groups, you know, used his work.
Right.
Like this album cover here was painted in '67. They didn't use it until '80.
Wow.
And and they were going through, you know, and I thought, well, this would be cool. And so they put that there on there. But the first one they used was another one of Frank's paintings was Death Dealer. And to this day, it's still the most popular of Frank artwork on the album covers. And another fun fact, do you know how Molly Hatchet got their name? You did a great job, by the way.
I do now, but go ahead
You
and tell us.
The story or the urban legend is there was a prostitute down in southern Florida that would cut the hands and the head, sorry about that, Jay, head off.
He's not even in there again.
She would decapitate her Johns. And her nickname, I guess a prostitute name or handle or whatever, was Molly. And she used a hatchet. Well, this group found out about her before they had a real name for their band. And so they said, hey, this is pretty cool, so let's name our band Molly Hatchet.
Wow.
And that's how they got their name, Molly Hatchet.
A little higher.
A little higher.
There you go.
There you go. Her arms are good. Oh, you're wanting to do that.
That's almost perfect.
No, there you go.
Just down a little bit. There you go.
But anyway, so it's interesting if you go and check out his work. He passed away, I believe, in 2012, but he's got a museum. I believe it's up in the Poconos, and his kids run it. But he's got some really cool stuff.
Oh, he's got great artwork.
Great artwork.
Yeah,
and
I like the style.
Yeah, and like I said, other bands have used his artwork on their covers as well. Cool stuff. Check him out. It's Frank Frazetta with one Z.
One Z. You guys remember that?
Not a onesie like you wear at Christmas time.
A one Z.
A one Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty
so
cool.
So if they were ZZ Top, it'd be like Z Top.
Z Top.
Yeah.
Z Top.
He gave that Z to my guys.
That's right. That's right, Boner.
Yeah, because before that they were just Z Top.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that, and interesting. And next week we might delve into, I don't know, Uriah Heep or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm down for some Uriah Heep.
And but yeah, go check it out. You can get their album, I'm sure, at
Amazon.
And or
the only place available anymore.
Or some
no, there's record stores.
Vintage record stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If we had a sponsor of a record store, we could talk about them.
Yeah, we need to work on that. Because this would be a great segment. They could sponsor this.
Totally.
Yeah, let's go work on that.
Totally.
I know a few of them. I'm not going to mention any names.
All it takes is a little money.
Yeah,
a little cash.
money, and you can get your name.
That's right. Right here.
Right here.
You could sponsor this segment. Absolutely.
Get your name right there.
Or right here. Right here.
Yeah.
Right
Bree would
here.
wear you on her cheeks.
But yeah, check them out. It's a great band. It's Southern rock, and but yeah, check them out.
Thanks, Brad.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
Anything else we need to discuss?
Yeah, we're going to talk live music.
Live music.
I have a guest in the house. But first, we're going to listen to Led Zeppelin. Guys, I have got Tommy Katona of Texas Flood here. Man, I've known this dude for a long time, and he's such a great guy, and he's got an awesome wife and an amazing band. And let me tell you a little bit about Tommy Katona for those of you that may not know. And so probably the only way you may not know is if you live somewhere but the United States, because Tommy, I know, is known throughout the country. But these guys have become one of the premier blues bands in North Texas and beyond. Evolving from the original tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood plays a tribute to the legends as well as the future of the blues through their own music and style. with an in-your-face show and raw high energy, playing Tommy Katona takes the listener on a journey through the blues. So I'd like to welcome Tommy Katona to the show. Welcome, Tommy.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, man, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome.
what's going on with you guys?
Well, we're staying pretty busy, you know.
Yeah.
We actually ended up playing 19 shows last month.
Wow.
Wow, that's
And
lot
we
of
played a
shows.
lot
Wow.
of shows throughout the summer. So it's I can't complain. We're busy.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And we're doing great.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I guess. I mean, luckily it's a 3-piece instead of a 5, or trying to play that many gigs
Yeah.
with people in their jobs and all their other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we all do have jobs on the side.
Right.
I mean, my job is probably the easiest because I teach guitar, so I play music all the time.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
There's probably a little bit of flexibility in that that you could
Yes.
move somebody to a different day or a different
Yeah,
time.
absolutely. So that's why I like it a lot,
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it. So it's like a dream job
Oh, yeah.
for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of dreamers that take lessons from you, too, because they want to be as good as you, right?
Well, I try my best.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Well, Tommy, what is you've been doing this a long time, so I want to know, what's the weirdest or maybe the funniest thing that's ever happened to you during a performance?
During a performance,
Yeah.
I don't know. There were more than once.
Can you choose one that was just like,
Did a bra throw up on the
No,
thrown up
no,
on the
no, no.
microphone, or-
That was one time. It was a few years ago in Houston, and this lady, the older lady, she came up on the dance floor, and she was wearing this kind of interesting, kind of open blousey thing, like very, very big,
uh-huh.
but it was open. But she was wearing a bra underneath it. But under that was
Wardrobe
this
malfunction.
big belly, like a beer belly.
Right.
And she was belly dancing in front of us. And yeah, we all were like, you know what I mean? It was
Look away, look
The light was
away.
it was not
shining on it.
a very pleasant view for
No.
us.
But yeah,
It was funny though.
yeah. Well, you know,
After it was scary, then it was funny.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, Travis didn't have to probably deal with it very much, but you and Steve, like,
Well, yeah. I mean, I can sometimes I can hide underneath the hat or
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah,
Or just go mess with my controls on the amp.
right. Well, you guys have a great vantage point in a bar that's full of people that have been drinking, because you get to see a lot of things that other people don't see.
Yeah, usually, people behave
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
There was one time, a long time ago, when we showed up at this private birthday party thing out in by Lake Tawakoni, and there was this weird guy, the birthday boy. He was already, lit, and they had a band before us, and then we showed up and started loading all of our equipment in front of the stage so we can load up as soon as
Right.
they finish.
Right.
So those guys finished playing, and the guy, the birthday boy, got pissed off that they finished earlier, and he didn't care that we were about to play after them. He was just like, I want live music, or I want music playing. So he just got pissed off. He went to his truck, his big truck, and he just went over all the plastic chairs and everything, and he barely stopped in front of the stage and almost hit our equipment.
Oh my!
Oh,
And then we all were like, okay, well, let's get out of here.
oh yeah.
And then packed
Wow.
up and left. Never got paid.
Never got paid.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh, wow.
that was one of those
That's a
one of those
free
interesting.
show.
Yeah, well, almost. We didn't play it.
Yeah.
We just went out there, but
Yeah.
Wow!
one of those adventures.
Right. That's
And,
cool.
Like missing a flight in the middle of Maine. That's another story.
Oh,
When we were up there and
no.
we have to wait like half a day for the next flight because there's only 2 per day from
wow.
Bangor, Maine.
Oh man.
And the funny thing is that in Bangor, that time, our hotel was connected to the airport. So we just couldn't make it on time.
Wow.
It was like 1 minute, and they closed the gates, and then we were like, oh, well, and we couldn't go back to the hotel because we already checked out.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we were just like
Oh, wow.
in the lobby and waiting for like another 8 hours.
oh man, that's horrible.
Yeah,
That's like those layovers.
it's blues.
Yeah, it is.
It's blues.
It's blues. It's like those overseas trips. The layovers sometimes are kind of long.
Yeah,
Going back and forth overseas. Because I know you're from
Hungary.
Hungary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your family, I guess, is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for my wife.
Right.
She's with me, so that's good.
Now, what age did you? Well, that's right. She's from Hungary as well.
Yes.
So, what age were you when you came to the States?
I was 23 years old.
Okay.
Well, 22 when I came here for the first time for just a visit.
Right.
So just a couple of weeks ago then.
Yeah.
It feels like it
Yeah.
sometimes.
So, how did you wind up staying in your family? They went back to Hungary.
Well, I couldn't go back home for 3 years because I was out of a status.
Okay.
So if I tried to go back, they probably would have said, you can't come back ever again. I would have gotten deported. So
Wow.
until I, evened that out, that whole situation, and I got married to my first wife, I couldn't go home. So I haven't seen my family for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
That was back then. But then it was a long adventure. But at the end, everything turned out to be fine, and I've been a citizen for 4 years already.
Right.
So
Right.
it's all good.
It's very interesting. As Stevie Ray Vaughan, you're amazing. Your skill level and just the look, your voice, the
Thank
look,
you.
the whole thing. And but it's amazing to think, this guy from Hungary. I mean, this Hungarian dude, is he emulates a Texas blues great,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a it's a long story too.
Yeah.
When I got to know about Stevie's music and just fell in love with it.
Were you over there
Yeah.
originally when you first heard?
Yeah. Well, I was 4 or 5 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I immediately fell in love with the guy, the music and his look and
Right.
the cool moves and the incredible guitar playing.
Right.
He made it look so easy,
Right.
effortless.
Right.
I was just mesmerized.
Right.
So
Right.
he was my first. Well, not the first. My first hero is my dad, who's also a guitar player.
Oh, a
And-
very awesome guitar player.
Oh yeah, you've heard
I've
him.
heard him.
Yeah.
I've heard you both
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they were in town that time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a video, Tommy. Do you want to set it up? You want to tell them what it's about, the one I'm going to play?
Oh yeah. That's our video from Tolbert's,
Right. Right.
and the song is an original tune actually. That's called Graveyard Shift,
Okay, cool.
which is about our job, what we do. Working the night shift, the graveyard shift.
Right. Right.
So,
Did you write the song?
it was a collaboration with a very good friend of mine, Nick Harless.
Okay.
Some people might know his name. He's from Texas, but he lives up in Indiana now. He's a wonderful songwriter and guitar player, singer.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we worked on that song together.
Awesome. Well, let's play it for them.
All
Okay.
right.
Here you go, guys.
Every night in a smoke-filled bar, the same old blues with the same old guitar. Playing that same hand to my fingers bleed. Sweat in my eyes, you know I can see. The roller band is so loud, singing my songs to the nose of the crowd. Everybody knows the same old thing. Play the record man is on, take me away from the world I feel. The life I live never fill me up. World I feel. Even if I try, I'm gonna play my guitar till the day I die. Guitar makes me feel alright. A shiny girl, you soothe my soul. Get off to the stage, you gotta go. A piece down stage can soothe my soul. I can't call it a little rock and roll. I got a spirit deep down inside. You're gonna take me tonight from the graveyard shift.
Texas Flood is who we were listening to with Tommy Katona. And Tommy, you want to introduce the rest of the band?
Absolutely. So we got Travis Montoya on the drums and Steve Buckner on the bass. And he is the manager of the band and the founder of the original Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute band that, he started back in, way back then.
Right.
I was not even here yet.
Wow.
Travis and I were just babies.
Wow.
It was a while back.
Yeah, because I didn't know. Well, was it Voodoo Blue back then?
Yes.
Okay, see, I didn't know them prior to you. First
Yeah.
time I heard Voodoo Blue, I saw you. So
Yeah. I was with Voodoo Blue, and then I started another band, and then about a year and a half came back with Travis. Like, he was with Steve already, and then we just kind of, thought that we would start a new chapter.
right,
Because things worked out really well,
Right.
between the three of us, and
Right.
We've been together Well, 9 years this month, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
It's going to be 9 years.
Wow.
So almost a decade. So next
Yeah.
year, 2020, is going
Yeah.
to be our 10th anniversary.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You guys need to do something to celebrate.
Oh, I think we will.
Yeah. Put
Well,
on a
well-
marathon show.
Yeah, yeah. We've done
Yeah, did you hear him?
we've done 3 shows.
Hell no. Hell no. It's a shitty idea, DC.
We actually have done 3 shows on one day before,
Really?
about twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
So
We'll
let's
see.
try. Let's try 4 shows
Okay.
next time.
No marathon. Yeah.
A gigathon.
Hey, I'm curious, Tommy, outside of music, because, you teach, and then, of course, you're gigging all the time. So what do you have any hobbies outside of music?
Well, I love to cook.
Do you?
I love cooking a lot.
I bet the wife loves you
Yes.
for that.
Well, she certainly enjoys that.
I bet.
Yeah, I like to create, things that people appreciate. So that cooking is kind of like making music.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to have the right ingredients and put them together in the right order, and
Right.
at the end, you can enjoy it.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I don't know. I like all kinds of stuff. I experimented with a lot of different things. Well, mostly the Hungarian stuff. That's my heritage.
Right.
Part of my heritage. But I like to cook Asian, Italian. Whatever you want. I can cook a burger.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Hungarian dish to cook?
It's probably one of the paprikash dishes, which is a stew. It's like a hearty, very good filling stew. You can make it with different meats, but it's
Okay.
mainly made with either chicken, pork, or beef. You can
Okay.
pick.
Sounds
But
good.
yeah, it's good stuff.
Right.
So-
Yeah, it sounds good.
Especially on
Yeah.
a cold winter day.
Oh yeah,
It's really not cold enough right now.
It's not, but I was
it
pretending.
was
Oh.
a few days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago.
Yeah.
It's going to be again, like maybe tonight or tomorrow when the cold front comes in. This Texas weather is so weird.
Yeah,
Like in Hungary, when it gets cold and it just stays cold, right?
you know what? It's been kind of similar over there too.
Has it?
Like, yeah, my parents told me that they've had, some cold days and it warmed up again, and it's weird for November that
Really?
it's that warm.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
Wow.
yeah, weather's been changing in the recent years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's warmer.
Going through the change. Yeah.
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 Sounds like a
Hey,
song.
Tell us, give us a thumbnail sketch, Tommy, of like early on. When is your first memory of thinking about, I want to sing, I want to play, I want to, your first memory as a young child? At what point?
Well, I mentioned that I was about 4, maybe 5 years old when I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan on a video.
Right.
So that was my first
Okay.
experience. But the very first time when I thought that, I need to be doing this is when I saw my dad on stage live
Okay.
in Hungary. And I was about 7. And pretty much right after then, I started messing around with his guitars at home. So he ended up giving me one.
Okay,
And then I started, just picking up on a couple of chords and tried to mimic what he was doing. And then he
Right.
showed me a few things in the very beginning. And I really just started to practice on my own and try to figure things out on the fretboard.
Right.
And then a couple of years later, I ended up playing with him and his band.
Oh, that's cool.
So I actually been playing with a band since I was 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, who owned the video? Who showed you that first video with Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Oh, my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
he
was
had
a big,
many.
He was a big fan then.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really know him. I mean, Stevie that well. Like he had a few recordings, but I just happened to be, really like that one particular recording,
Right.
and I was really interested in it.
Wow.
But at the same time, I heard a bunch of great music. From Clapton, Santana. Those are his 2 big favorites.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd,
Right.
ZZ Top, Van Halen. In Excess actually.
In Excess.
That was
yeah.
part of his record collection. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was he had all kinds of music at home.
Yeah. Was he a Zeppelin fan?
Yeah, but I haven't, for some reason, I haven't gotten into Zeppelin. I didn't really have any for the longest time.
Oh.
And some family friends started giving me some tapes, and that's when I was like, oh, that's Zeppelin.
Yeah.
But still, for many years, I haven't really gotten into it that much.
Right.
Until the point I met my wife. Because actually, my wife is a huge Zeppelin fan.
Right.
And so she was talking about Zeppelin. So I started getting into Zeppelin, and I
Right.
got really inspired, and I started learning Jimmy Page licks and
Yeah.
some of the songs.
And you do a great job at Page.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all do a good, because Texas Flood guys, they can put on a pretty good Zeppelin show now. So
Well, it's a medley. It's a
Yeah.
medley that we do every once in a while at the end of the show,
Right.
usually.
right,
Yeah, it's fun.
Right.
It's just fun to play music.
oh yeah,
Because we've been doing the Stevie thing for many years, but then we kind of changed things up, and we just wanted to bring in everything that we like.
right,
Because you can't really replace Stevie Ray Vaughan ever. Nobody can.
Yeah.
But besides the Stevie songs, we like to play a good variety of different songs. Jimi Hendrix. We have a Jimi Hendrix set, a complete set.
right,
Sometimes we play like a tribute to Jimmy,
right,
and then we mix it up with all kinds of blues covers, just like Stevie did back then.
right,
Albert King, B.B. King, Albert Collins, Buddy Guy, Freddie King, and pretty much the same guys who Stevie adored
right.
very much.
Why don't you? I think this is a great place. Why don't you play us a little bit of the variety that you do?
Well, I was thinking maybe I could do one of the original tunes that we play, which is very much inspired by Stevie.
Right. That sounds like a great idea.
That's what the song that I wrote about, I don't know, about 10 years ago or so.
awesome.
And it's called Twisted Fingers.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
Thank you so much.
Great, Tommy. Great.
Thank you.
Damn,
Yeah.
man.
That is
That's
really
a little
good.
boogie.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah. If you could leave one last message for your fans, what would that be?
Well, we certainly love our fans, and we love every one of you guys who appreciate and support us. And just keep on coming to the shows, and make sure to keep up with our schedule, and hopefully see many of you out there. TexasFlood.net is the website, and Facebook, Texas Flood TX, and we're on Instagram as well. And you can just Google our name and you can find the band. So,
Right.
So
That's awesome, Tommy.
Yeah.
Now, if they want to check out your schedule, do you keep it in one place?
yes, that's on the website,
Okay.
TexasFlood.net. So it's not .com, it's .net.
Okay.
So don't forget that.
Okay, cool.
So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tommy, thanks so much for coming by.
my
tonight.
pleasure. Thank you
It's
so much
been
for having
awesome.
me.
No, it's awesome. Always awesome having you, and we look forward to hearing you out there. And I hope everybody listening will go check out Texas Flood. And now your original stuff. Do you have a name for that project or?
No, not really.
Okay.
We just do it as a I just introduced the song as the original, one of our original tunes.
Right.
We have a few, and actually we're about to do a show at Lava Cantina next week. Next Thursday, we're going to open up for Anna Popovic. I don't know how many people
Oh wow, yeah.
know
That's
her.
Big, yeah.
She's really good. She's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And she's from Serbia, and actually I know her.
Really?
Yeah,
From
back then.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little kid, and she was very, very young when we first met in Hungary. So it's going to be interesting to see her again.
That will be cool. And she knows you're gonna. Oh, are you?
We are, yeah, we're
Opening?
playing opening for her, yeah. And
does she know that?
I guess so. I don't know. I guess
I mean, does she know
she'll
it's
find
you?
out. Not sure.
Wow.
I'm just curious if she remembers because
Right.
I do remember.